Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. This is the Feminist Health Blog, and we'll be having your health news. That's Rita and Cherryl on board very soon. Thank you. Okay, I think we are even here. Hi.
Hi. Hi,
Hi,
Eunice.
how you
Hi.
doing?
Should I change?
Yes, I was wondering if we should change our position because we were seeing you on the other way.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So do you want it this way, or I should?
Yeah, that's okay.
This is good.
Yes, we see you well.
Yeah.
Can you see us clearly too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fixing it on the. Oh, okay. Thanks for joining us here and accepting our invitation to get to know more about fitness and diets. And I guess Rita, it's been a while.
Yes, it's been years.
Cool.
And
Thanks for
nice to meet
inviting
you,
us.
Cheryl.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah, this is my
Eunice.
sister.
Thanks for
Oh,
inviting us. You.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
How
so
are you?
I'm very good.
We thank God.
Awesome.
Okay, so we'll be starting soon, and thanks so much for everyone who is joining us on board. I'm Eunice, and I'm the co-founder of the Feminist Health Blog. So the Feminist Health Blog is mainly to advocate and educate more of research, also to help women understand more about their health, whilst we involve like experts and also from our own experiences as well. So yeah, today we are talking about keeping up with your fitness routine. I think most people have a challenge with that. I for one have a big challenge with that. Yeah, so it's good to have Rita and Cheryl on board. So can you please introduce yourself so that our audience would know who you are?
I go first. Okay. My name is Rita, and I am a culinary student at the moment. I went to the University of Ghana. I studied nutrition and food science. And what else? I work out. That's all right now.
Cool. I'm
At least
Cheryl, so half of,
Yes.
I said I'm Cheryl, half of your health news. So the biggest thing I'll say about me is that I am a fitness expert. Let's put it that way, fitness expert. I have a couple of degrees in terms of being a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor, and also a background in nutrition coaching. So apart from that, I mean, I'm a pharmacist and a health economist, but most importantly, a mom of two. So being fit with everything going on is a challenge, as we have pointed, but there are ways to kind of make it sustainable, which is one of our philosophies,
Yes.
and fun. I think it is important that it has to be sustainable and it has to be enjoyable. If not, then it's easy to fall off the wagon. So yeah, thank you. Thank you.
yeah, thanks so much. Okay, so if you didn't keep up with me earlier, Eunice, and this is the Feminist Health Blog, and we are talking about keeping up with your fitness and I'll say your nutrition routine, since we have both our guests with background in food and nutrition, I guess. Yeah. So today, my first question would be, I think we all have perception or our own understanding about workout, fitness. Everyone is coming up with new ideas each and every day about healthy living and how you can work out and how you can diet. Someone is saying, oh, you can do 70-30, 30 of diet and 70 of workout. And with your background in nutrition, how would you describe like your philosophy or your own opinion about health, like health and fitness, or like fitness and diet?
Okay, so
Yeah.
am I going first?
Yeah, go. You go first.
Okay. So I'll start by saying that I have had my own struggles with just being healthy and being fit. But I think that in this space and in this time, the number one thing you have to think about is understanding your own body, right? We're all made different. We have different genetics. We have different ways of thinking, which would impact our behavior. We come from different families, right? So those are big things that, whether we are aware of it or not, they impact our behavior. Kind of think about it in a biological sense, a psychological sense, and a social sense. Our circle, who we're with, kind of impacts how we act and how we behave. So that's one thing that we kind of really need to set the stage for. The second thing is understanding our goal. What is it that we're trying to achieve? Because depending on who you are, you may be a top athlete, maybe a mom who just wants to be fit and be here for the long run and for your child's life. So the next thing is to clarify, what is my goal? Number two, after clarifying your goal, how can I make it attainable and achievable? Because I think that there's a lot of bombarding in the fitness industry. There's a lot of confusion in the sense that we're trying to get to a particular goal quickly, or we're not even clarifying what that goal is for us, and so then we're getting confused. Another issue is the lack of patience. We want to get fit like instantly. I had a baby yesterday and I want my body back right now. It's not achievable. I mean, it's not even possible. Or I haven't been working out for 10 years and now I want it to really happen quickly. I think there's a misconception of really understanding that patience factor and giving your body time to adjust, right? I've been living one way for a while and now I'm trying to change, and it's taking my mind and my body really time to adjust and adopt and acclimatize with it. Number three is really figuring out what works for you. We're all different. That's the biggest thing. Maybe some people like strength training. Maybe some people like walking. Maybe some people like HIIT training. So really figuring out, okay, what is my goal? How am I different? How does my genetics and my way of thinking and my social circle affect how I behave? Then how can I start to peel that back and really be realistic? It might take you truly 2, 3, 4 years to really get to where you want to get to. But maybe you're buying into the glamour of that, oh, you can do this in 21 days. It's not possible. You really have to be patient. And then you have to understand that unless you're an athlete who's working out 5, 6, 7 days a day, you have other things. You have a kid, you have a job, you have a husband, you have a boyfriend, you have a sister. So there's other factors that you needed to take into account and really tailor it down. What can I truly do today? If it's 5 minutes, let me commit to 5 minutes. What can I change today? Maybe I can't change my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but maybe I can commit to changing just breakfast, just for 2 weeks, and then start to really gradually change that. Sometimes you may need a trainer or an accountability partnership, but it's really, really figuring out who you are and what works for you. So I know I said a lot, but please chime in.
Yeah, okay, I think you've covered a lot, but then one thing that I can say is like sometimes our values and our behaviors, right? They are the core of who we are. And we have to make sure that we are incorporating this new lifestyle that we want into who we really are. Because if it's easy come, easy goes, right? It's like I'll lose weight in 1 month and then I go back. So it is knowing who you are as a person, is knowing what your core value is, what your goal is for the future, like she said. And sometimes it's just having an image of what you want your life to look like. Amidst other goals, you want to look nice, you want to feel nice, not just look nice, and you want to live long, and you want to be sexy at 50, like I always say. And so it's like that goal keeps you focused on the prize, because then you have a reason to do it, and you see maybe your family members or some people you know who have gotten older and they are predisposed to all these conditions. And sometimes that is also a warning, like a wake-up call. If you don't take action now, in the future you might struggle with this and that. So that really motivates you to keep going. And yes, that's all I can add.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've been watching like a hair show talking about the 5 minute videos, and like within the week, I guess I followed like 3 times, and I couldn't.
But that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
That's good.
Which was very helpful. Like it was short, and I was like, oh, I'm just done. Like I always have like, oh, I have like this low energy level, so anytime I'm going into workout, I'm just wondering how I'm going to get tired. But that 5 minutes video was really good.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
after I'm sweating and I'm like, oh wow.
It was only 5 minutes. That's
Yeah,
good.
I agree. And like about knowing your body is also very important because you know some people came to Earth already like obese. Some came in very slim. So we all have different body types, and we
Yes.
we usually don't take time to understand who we are.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Very valid.
Yeah, like I said, I was able to follow three. So we usually like fall out on on a few trials and then are not able to stick with a fitness routine. So I think this is a big question everyone wants to know. How can one get motivated to actually be committed to a workout or maybe a diet, for instance? Like you start like I'm eating salad for the whole week and then on Thursday you start getting like some junk food. Yeah, it's really difficult. How can I stick to or get motivated to stick to my fitness routine?
Okay, so here's how I'll answer that question. It kind of goes back to the question you asked before, is clarifying your goal. What is your goal? Why, truly, to my core, why am I doing this? Why do I wake up in the morning and I'm quote unquote working out or killing myself? What is in it for me? Once you have that clarified, that is your anchor point. That is something that, okay, it's a visionary thing. I know I'm doing this for X and Y reason. The next thing is to really understand that at some point, motivation is going to go away. At some point, whether we like it or not, if we're honest with ourselves, at some point, you're going to lose the motivation to do anything. It doesn't matter if it's fitness, it doesn't matter what venture you embark on. At some point, that motivation is going to wane. And that's the reason why when that motivation wanes, your goal is your anchor point. I may not truly feel like going to work out today, but I'm choosing to go work out because I have clearly set what my goal is. My goal is let's just say, I want to do 10 pull-ups without any assistance. I don't feel like doing it today. I have no desire to wake up out of my bed today, but I'm doing it because I want my shoulders to look strong and buff. That's just me, right? I really want my shoulders to look really strong and buff. So I'm going to go, and this is just a plain example. Some people it's even more serious. Maybe I have been told that if I don't take care of my diet, I may die of a heart attack from my family history. And I want to be able to be at my children's weddings, graduation. This is even more important. This is life or death we're talking about. So I may not feel like getting up today, but if I have the picture of I want to be there for Zoe's wedding, this is an example, then I am going to get up every single day, whether I like it or not, because my love for her surpasses what I'm feeling in this moment. My desire to be there for her surpasses what I'm feeling in this moment. So I think that is really clarifying that at some point motivation is going to go away. Number three, I think that sometimes we go into this diet or nutrition as in full speed, all on at once. We're not taking time, and we're thinking that I have to eat quote unquote clean 100% of the time. That's not true. You can, if you find, I'm being honest, if you find the balance, they typically say you only need to eat and I hate to use the word clean, but good, and I hate to even use the word good. You only need to eat 80% of the time good whole dense foods. I can give yourself permission 20% of the time to eat the cookies and the treats that you want to, unless you're an athlete and your body is your money making machine, then that's a different topic. But for us general people, if you really commit to saying, okay, if I have 5 meals and I choose to eat 3 whole foods, good foods, and I give myself permission to eat 2 pizza, whatever your thing is, then if you do the sum total of it, at the end of the day, the choices of the good foods would outweigh the choices of I don't want to say good foods because I hate that terminology. Because food is food. It's just how it's built. But the choices of the good
or the healthier foods.
The healthier foods, the more nutritious foods would outweigh the choices of the less nutritious food. So I think I said a lot, but to recap is, what is my goal? Then I know that at some point I will lose motivation. That's where my goal is important. Then number 3, really understanding that, again, it's about patience and finding the right balance. You don't have to work out 7 days a week to get fit. You don't have to eat salad and vegetables every meal. I mean, it's good in some meals, but every time, I mean, everybody will go crazy. It's not possible. It's not even physically possible. You need to allow yourself permission to enjoy the things that you like in moderation. Moderation.
I think that the word diet sets people off.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Yeah.
When somebody decides that I'm going to go on a diet, already there's like this tense atmosphere. Like, I'm going to restrict myself to salad. I'm still going to die. I will eat salad every day until like the salad comes out of my eyes. So it's like we are not motivated, or you are motivated for a short period of time. It is not sustainable. So for me, I feel like the thing that motivates people is not restricting themselves to a particular diet. I mean, I know that diet, it can be good for you, right? Depending on where your goal is, like she said, and depending on maybe your health condition. Some people have to do it because if not, they can die. And some people don't have children, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't even desire to have children. They just want to have a good life. So to those people too, it is keeping in mind that you are not trying to restrict yourself. I like to eat what I like to eat, right? I like to eat rice. I like to eat ice cream. And I'm not going to say that I will stop eating those things because I want to be fit. Like, I will not be happy. Every day I'll be grumpy and I will not be smiling. I will not be myself. So it is paying mind to the fact that you are not trying to stop yourself from doing something. You can do it in moderation and you can plan and say, okay, I'll still eat what I want to eat, but I'll eat less of it and more of something that is more healthy for me. And that is where, for me, the motivation comes in. The fact that I'm not waking up thinking that, oh, today I want to eat meat, but I really cannot eat meat because I'm really just on this. Yeah, that doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Therapy. Yeah. I can do water therapy. For someone who is a foodie like me, I can so.
I know, right?
Or like, oh, maybe I can eat my heavy food, my African food, a little bit, but just in moderation. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Moderation.
Yeah. So for me, I decided that okay, I like my ice cream, so like every Friday night, I'll get one ice cream, and then that is it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then prevents you from like binging on it during the week because you know that Friday you're looking forward to that ice cream that is in your freezer, or you're going to that ice cream place. So it keeps you motivated and keeps you going.
Yeah. So like between the workout and the diet, people are often confused. Like, oh, they said if you work out more, it's better. If you be on diet more, it's better. So how do you balance the two? Like, are you doing 50-50, or like people put even percentages, or do 70 of workout, do 30 of diet, and you are good to go? How do you balance the diet and your workout in a daily life, for someone who wants to?
Okay.
I took the first two questions.
I think that my sister and I are at the two extremes, right? Of where somebody is maybe working out more and another person is not necessarily working out more. So I am that person that, like, I love to work out, right? Let me not say I love to work out, because workout is painful, to be honest. Yeah. I enjoy doing it, right? Because she motivates me. But at the same time, I enjoy eating what I like to eat too. Granted, I might not eat like the craziest of unhealthy foods, but the truth is that I want to say that I am sort of in the middle. Maybe I haven't given myself figures because I just don't like restricting myself to a certain, I would work out maybe 30% and I would work on the diet 60%. It's like the more you do it, the more you come to that place where you find a balance and you're fine-tuned to a certain trend that you see for yourself, right? Because you start by working out. Last year by this time, I wasn't working out. I like to think that, I wasn't big. I didn't really need to work out to be fit. I was okay with myself and I didn't care. When my sister is going, I'll be like, oh, good luck, go and work out. Me, I'll sleep, get up and eat my food. But then I realized that when I started working out, and we always, let me say that we've always eaten healthy to a certain extent. Salad is always mostly on our diet and vegetables are always in our daily meal. But one thing that I realized was, as I kept working out, little by little, right? And was eating more of the healthier foods, my body started reacting to the other things that I hadn't eaten for a long time. If I hadn't eaten maybe yam, I don't know if there's somebody who doesn't know what yam is. It's an extremely starchy root vegetable. And yes, so it's like I realized that when I ate it, I had a certain feeling, which I'm still trying to figure it out to see what works for me and what doesn't work for me. So for me, I don't think that we should necessarily, the numbers keep you on edge. So let's not do with the numbers. Let's do with routine. Let's practice working out a little, changing up our diet a little, finding a balance between what works for our bodies and how we feel inside. Because sometimes you are doing something that your body doesn't feel excited about. I might not be a typical person who goes to do the pull-ups or lifting the weights, but I can still be healthy, working out at home, and maybe jogging or taking a walk, whilst I just find that balance. And honestly, nobody can help you find that balance. Like, you have to do that work by yourself. People want to hear, oh, do this and do that. But the truth is, when everybody is gone, it's only you that is there. And it's you that decides if that ice cream is going to enter your mouth or not. So at that point, you have to really find what works for your body and how you feel. And with time, you realize that, oh, you're moving towards certain foods. And I want to highlight this point. Maybe it's not necessarily that important, but it is to some of us that come from Africa. We come to America, or we come to, like, we go to Europe or we go to Canada, and then we are not willing to try other things, right? We want to be healthy, but we're not willing to try the salads. We're not willing to try the soup. We want to still stick with what we were doing before, and we want to still be the same or look the way we want to look like. And it's not going to work if we don't, like, engage, we don't involve ourselves in learning what other people are doing. And it's easy to say it, but it's not easy to do it. And so when we are not open-minded like that, we end up not having variety. And variety is the key to any good living. If you don't have variety, you stick with the same things, then the same outcomes you would get all the time. So yeah, that said, Cheryl, please blow us away. With weightlifting. Let's go there.
It's not even about the weightlifting.
I know, right? Mm-hmm.
With Cheryl being a fitness trainer, how do you, like, if you have, like, coaching someone on how maybe someone was, like, you know how there's some people, like, after maternity, they want to get their body back, like, with someone like that, how are you going to help them balance out?
I think my approach would be to be patient. You've just literally cooked, and you've been making and keeping and sustaining another human being, right? For 10 months, you've been doing that. That's one of the biggest jobs I think any human being can do. And for reasons we don't know, God gave it to us women. So that's a huge task that you've been doing. Your body has been doing this for 10 months, and you've gone through delivery, which is another challenge. And now your body is trying to feed this human being through breastfeeding. So there's a lot of different changes that are happening from 10 months to now you've had the baby to now you're trying to just get back into what is normal and what does normal even mean, because who you were before is no longer even existent, and who you're going to become is not even going to be that same person, right? You're only moving forward. So I think one of the biggest things is to be patient. And it may seem like a death sentence, but to really be patient. Enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy having the fact that you're nursing a baby. Enjoy the fact that you're not sleeping right now. Enjoy it. I mean, that's life. There's good and there's bad. Enjoy it. And take your time. Really take your time. Depending on your fitness level before the pregnancy, it may take you longer. Even if you were fit before pregnancy, I mean, muscles have been stretched, things have gone out of proportion, and your body just needs time to just slowly get back to normal. So you may even just begin by walking. It may literally just be that. And really listening to yourself. How do I feel today? What can I do today? What can I control today? And shutting everybody out. I think that it's hard, but I think that we're in a society where we're expecting a woman to have a baby today, and in 3 months, if she's not back to where she was before. I mean, she's slacking. I mean, what is she doing? Why is she not back to the way she looked before? And taking care of yourself, really nurturing yourself, depending on your body, your diet may impact your milk production, right? There are women who you eat a certain way and then it impacts your milk production. And if you change it up, it may impact or impact it not. Or you may start working out and then that may shut your milk production off. There are many factors to consider when you're trying to play around with that. Deciding how long you want to nurse your baby is going to impact that. So you really need to be, first of all, clear about who you are, then clear about what your goal is, and then truly just be patient. It may take you a year to do it. It's your journey. It's your life. And then you also want to be here for your baby. Find a coach if you need one who's really an expert in postpartum, because again, when you've had the baby, there's usually a diastema, rectoma. Those muscles have expanded, so you might need time to bring them back together. There are some ab exercises that may make it worse. There are some that may actually help it and make it better. So you want to do your research. You want to find resources that can help you. But for me, the key is to be patient and to listen to yourself. Don't let anybody guilt you into snapping back in 3 months. I know it's a trend, or 6 months. But it's your time, it's your body. Do it at your own pace so that you can be happy. You're not doing it to please anybody, right? You're not doing it to please anybody. And be comfortable and enjoy it, because this one baby, you may have more, but this experience may not experience again if you don't enjoy it. So that's my thing.
So that being said, I think that is worth saying that people should not criticize women who just also gave birth. Give them time to recover, right? Because people are like, oh yeah, you just grew fat all of a sudden. And that's not fair. Yeah. Because this woman has gone through things, and emotionally, psychologically, she's going through a lot. Sorry. Yeah. Very patient with women also in this case, especially men sometimes. They have to like just let us be. And if you're a woman out there going through that, just know that you will get there. It might not take you 5 months like other people do it. So yeah. Sometimes
it's also other women. If we're being honest.
Yes.
Sometimes we're our own
it's mostly other women.
We're our biggest critics. We're like, what is she doing? Why has she done that? Yeah. So just being patient with yourself. Yeah. Listening to your body. Yes.
Yeah. I think sometimes you have to close your ears to the world and then be yourself. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's true. It's hard, but yes, be yourself. Or find 1 or 2 people who understand you and can cheer you on. But you truly have to close your ears and just live your life and do your own thing. So yeah.
Especially here on Instagram, like someone is like, oh, like how do they say, size 8 and all that, size 6, and like I'm like size 10 and encouraged in that. Yeah.
The struggle is real.
Yeah. So it's patience and consistency.
Patience and consistency.
Yeah. So there's this misconception, or I don't know, opinion or something on strengthening workout, like weight lifting, or as it helps to build the muscle. So someone wants to know, but many personal trainers explain that lifting weight helps to burn calories even more than an aerobic workout. If we consider a long-term period, what's your opinion on this? Like,
so my opinion, and I'm not trying to sound vague, is that it depends on your goal. It really depends on your goal. But I'll say, okay, I'll speak for myself. So personally, I like to look, for lack of a better word, lean and strong. I like the look of muscle on my body. I don't want to look manly, and I don't think that unless you're really going at it as a woman and you're dabbling into other banned substances, it's really hard for the average woman to lift weights and look manly. One, biologically, with our differences in estrogen and testosterone, it's impossible. So I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions, that women think if I lift weights, I'm going to become bulky or manly. And unless you're really going at it really hard and strong, it's not even possible. But lifting weights, one, helps to preserve your lean muscle, right? We all come on earth with lean muscle. Depending on your genetics, you probably have a little bit more than I do, or vice versa. So one, you're not only helping to preserve that lean muscle. That's the first thing. Secondly, lean muscle burns more calories. So when even you're resting, the more lean muscle you have, the more your body is expecting to burn more calories to keep those muscles. So that's another benefit of having the lean muscle. Number two, as we all age, our bodies are atrophying. So the lean muscle is also going away. You're losing it. So not only is lifting weights helping keep it and preventing it from atrophying, but if your goal is to put on a little bit more, then you can lift a little bit more. All this to say is that a resistance training in some form, shape, or format, I believe is important. You can break it down to 2 days a week. That's all you do. I'm going to just lift, maybe on one day, I'll focus on upper body, and on the reverse day, I'll focus on lower body. If that is all you choose to do on 2 days a week, at the minimum, you're keeping the lean muscle that you have. And then the other days, you can do some hip training. You can do some yoga, some Pilates. But I truly believe that as women, and I know that there's a big misconception, we need to just 2 days, 2 weeks at the minimum is beneficial for us to keep our muscles strong, to keep us standing strong. I mean, if you're going to carry a baby and this is your choice, I mean, your back muscles need to be strong. Your core needs to be strong. All those things need to be strong to keep you in proper posture and alignment. And at the end of the day, to just keep your muscles looking lean and you looking healthy and healthy and fresh. I was going to say healthy and fresh, but yes, okay. That's the only one that came to mind. But yes, that's my opinion, honestly.
I'm about to ask you a question and be the moderator right now. Okay. But somebody would say that they are lifting weight, right? Mm-hmm. When they see people lifting weight, everybody's mind goes to the bar and the
barbell,
right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What about the dumbbells, like what we use, right? Yeah. If somebody's out there who is wondering, so do I have to just go to the gym and lift the barbell to be lifting weights, or can I use the dumbbells and still have that effective something that's similar to what you would have lifting the barbell? Yes. You get what I mean? Because yes. I personally don't lift the barbell. Yes. At least not yet. I will try it eventually. Yes. But I don't do that yet. But I do use dumbbells. Yes. So somebody would also wonder, like, okay, can I do the same thing with dumbbells and have the same effect?
Yes. Oh, to answer your question, absolutely. You do not have to go to a gym to do resistance training. And even in the gym, there's different modalities. You have a barbell, which is a standard, but you also have dumbbells, which is a great tool that can be used in the gym. And you can do a lot of varieties of moves with the dumbbell. You can have a kettlebell, which is another modality, which kind of looks like a dumbbell, but also has more range of motion. You can even just do, and believe it or not, resistance bands, like the stretchy resistance bands that you buy on Amazon. They have different strengths on them. That still can create the resistance and the tension you need to retain the muscle you have. So by all means, if you have a barbell and that's your thing, do it. But if you do not have a barbell, do not think that you're restricted to a barbell. There's dumbbells, there's kettlebells, they are resistant bands. There's a lot of different things that you can use to still get the resistance. The goal is just to keep the muscle you have, and then you get to that goal using different avenues. You can drive, you can fly, or you can walk.
And if you can't afford those things, you can use your water bottle.
Use your own body
at home, or your own body, or you use your cans. Everybody has some form of canned foods, right? You use your canned foods to work out and get that same effect that somebody else is using dumbbells or barbells for.
Yeah, that's good to know, because like in this time of COVID, when you cannot go to the gym, I think here in my part of the world, the gym is still closed, so I have to work. So it's good to know you can get some dumbbells and like work out from home.
Yes, for sure. Yeah,
so like people like wondering, do I really need a personal trainer to help me through my fitness journey? That's a big question. Like, we believe that, I don't know, but do I really, with someone who wants to lose like some waist, want to get a thin waist and pounds off my, I don't know, but do I really need a personal trainer? Or
so I'll answer the question like this. Your body and your life is the biggest investment you have, right? Everything that you're doing for yourself is an investment to yourself. That's kind of how I would like to look at ourselves and our bodies. A personal trainer is great if you are new to working out, if you've never worked out before, if you have some issues with your body, maybe you have knee problems, maybe you have back problems, and you do not know how to modify your move, those are where personal trainers are great. If you're new, it is important that you get the form correct, because I think one of the biggest things that people run into when they've never worked out and you put on the program is you're not sure of the form. You don't know proper technique, and then that can lead you to injury. And then if you're injured now, you're sitting now on the couch for maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you've instantly made things worse. Had you taken the step back to say, okay, it is an investment, I'm going to make an investment in myself for maybe a couple of months to just make sure that I understand proper form, proper technique. Maybe I have an issue with my knee. How do I get a move that would still permit me to work maybe my legs, but I'm not kneeling down? Those are things that a personal trainer can give you that maybe you don't have the knowledge or the resources to get. So that's why I think a personal trainer is great. The other thing that I think a personal trainer is great is that even the best of athletes and coaches still have personal trainers. And here's why I believe so. Because I have one. I'm a personal trainer, but I have one. And here's why I think so. As human beings, we tend to go to the things that we're great at. Here's a perfect example. Maybe I'm great at doing, let's say we're looking at our legs. So maybe I'm great with my quads. I have strong quads, but however, my hamstrings and my glutes are not defined, and I want to work on that. If I worked out alone, it's easy to go to the things that you're comfortable with. We all do this as human beings. It's easy to go to the things that we're strong at. When a personal trainer comes in, they force you to face the things that you don't want to face by yourself. They force you to be accountable, right? They come and say, hey, Eunice, I know that you can do this. Great. However, for you to be a better person, let's try and work on the things that you're not so great at. And it's those times that personal trainer can help challenge you, but most importantly, help you be an overall rounded person, right? What's the point of doing push-ups, 100 of them, if you're great at it, but then you're not great at something else, right? Then you're not a balanced person at the end of the day. And that's where that personal trainer comes in to say, okay, I applaud you for doing the things that you're great at. However, I want you to be a better person. So let's work on our weaknesses. Yes, it may not get to where your strength is, but at least you're bringing them a little bit up. So you're well-rounded and you're a better person. So it is an investment, absolutely. But then it's yourself. You're going to be here for as long as you decide and you determine. And then depending on how you advance, you may begin to need that personal trainer less, right? Maybe you start off by needing the person 5 days a week. And then as you progress, okay, maybe I don't need you that much. Maybe I don't need you 2 days a week to work on my weaknesses. Now I got it. But then it's someone that can always be there to check in with you, to push you when you need to push yourself, or you refuse, or you're not able to push yourself. So that's why I think personal trainers come into play for me.
I think you said one important thing that I would like to say something about, like investing in yourself. I think that most of us, from where we come from, ourselves is the least thing that we consider. We put ourselves last. We put everything else ahead of us, and we don't invest in ourselves. And as we grow, like if you are not surrounded by the people that are actually making a change in their lives and actually doing something to change and grow, you don't realize that you are not taking care of yourself. And people use workouts as, oh, I just want to look nice. But it's more like a therapeutic activity for taking care of you. And because we don't put ourselves first, we don't see the benefits of it most of the time, because we're like, after all, what? My mother did it, and they didn't work out, but they are still alive and they are 70 years old or whatever. But one thing that I think we're lacking in where we come from and in our mentality is the act of taking care of yourself and self-development and growth, because that process is painful, and we usually would run away from anything that makes us feel uncomfortable, and we want to stay in our comfort zone and not grow. So I think that the investing in yourself, the personal investment, mentally, physically, it's so important that we neglect it so much that when you start taking care of yourself, then you realize, oh my goodness, I wasn't taking care of myself and I didn't know it. It's something that we need to talk about, and something that people need to come to the realization that there's a difference between just living and actually actively taking care of yourself or existing and actually living and thinking about you and putting yourself forward. Because no matter what, tomorrow your family is going to rely on you. And if you are not strong enough to be there for them, then you guys are going to be on the same level. So yes, I think that we all have to pay attention to that as well.
Yeah, so like this question, just like not a question, but then can you get, like, if you're not able to afford a personal trainer, or like maybe you don't have one close by, can you get like an accountability partner, someone who can, like, you can go to the gym together, or you can do workout together, and the person could say, oh, let's try this, let's do that. And maybe that could, like how you work out with Rita every day, like getting someone you can work out with. Maybe that can be patient too.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that we are about to launch pretty soon, one of the things that we offer, again, it's an investment, and we're not saying that it's a cheap investment, but if you can do the one-on-one training, there are group sessions that are less rate, or the accountability partnership. And we truly offer that. We are here. If you just need someone to say, okay, go, these are the exercises you need to do, go do them. Or did you even work out today? It's enough for someone to say, okay, I didn't work out today. Tell me how you ate today. So there's options for everyone, but I think that at the end of the day, we truly all need some kind of accountability and a push or a boost to just keep us going in the direction that we say we want to go. So for sure, I think that there's options for everyone to get to that goal. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know you guys do like work out a lot, but what does a typical week of exercise or workout should be like for someone who is now beginning, who is now starting a workout? Like, how should the person take it? Yeah, Rita, you.
I started working out last year. I think by when Corona hit and I was home and my sister would work out, I would always feel guilty for not working out, right? And so I started working out, and the first day and the second day, I was so mad. I was so angry at her. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. My body hurts. So I think that for somebody who is starting, you have to know that it's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel comfortable. And if you listen to your body and you stop, that's where the problem comes in, because it's like you're filling your glass and all of a sudden you pour all the water away and now you're starting all over again. And that is where we get inconsistent and becomes more painful, because in the initial stages, I went through having pain, body pains, like, because maybe I was not doing the moves properly in the beginning, and I kept asking her, this doesn't feel good, what should I do differently? And so it's like you have to be patient with yourself, and you have to take it little at a time. Because I started by following her and doing like the one that she was doing, and I was like, no, this is not funny, I can't do this anymore. But then we started cutting down. She started training me to like do it little at a time, right? And she would say, oh, today just do 20 burpees. That's all you have to do today. Make sure you do the 20 burpees. And she'll come back and she'll say, did you do the 20 burpees? And I'm like, well, I did. And then she'll be like, then do the 20 burpees. So it's like, start small. If it's the 5 minutes like what we did last time, just, if you're a beginner, start small. If it doesn't feel good, read about it, ask questions. And like some of us who are here, and if you ask us a question that we know, we'll tell you, you don't have to pay for that. There's information that is available everywhere for free. So it's like, just begin small and just be consistent. Consistency is the key, because I started, and then there were some weeks that I was so tired that I told myself, I'm not going to do it this week, and I'll cry about it, and then I'll just not do it. And then I'll see that when I start again, I feel the pain back again. And so I told myself, I don't want to feel this pain anymore. I want to really continue. And the motivation of me looking sexy at 50 was like, okay, so I have to do it anyways. Yeah, that sexy at 50 is a movement. I'm going to start that movement. Yeah, so it's like, with time, right now, I can work out longer. I can do the harder workouts. And I really see that, oh, I'm capable of doing a lot that I didn't know before. But if I wasn't patient and waiting to say, okay, I'll just keep going until I get to that point where I'm comfortable, then you would think that you can't do it. And that's one of our challenges. People say, oh, I just can't do it, I'm by myself, or like, I'm not a workout person, I just can't do it. So it is the gradual process of introducing yourself, letting your body adjust, and yeah, you eventually would get into the mood of doing it. Even if you don't feel like it, you just feel like something is missing in your life, you don't feel good. if you don't do it. So that's where you want to get to know that, oh yeah, you're getting somewhere.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, like, where do you get your fitness inspiration? But I'm guessing, like, for Rita, it's the sexy at 50, right?
Yes, it's the sexy at 50, and it is looking at my mom, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yes, my mom, when I was younger, she used to work out and she used to go, she was busy, but every Saturday she would go to the park and she would work out. And I remember seeing her and seeing her now at her age. And even though she's not always like continuously worked out, it showed me that, wait, there was something that happened in her life in that phase that helped her to be where she is now. Granted, it's not only workout, it's also diet, it's also what we eat at home and everything. But then that motivated me to say, oh, I don't want to be left behind in this process. My sister is doing it, people around me are doing it. I can't be left behind. So that is what really inspired me. Every day when I didn't do it, I felt like I was being left behind. And so I have to move with the people. And that's what inspired me. So different things can inspire somebody. Yeah. It can be looking at how your friend looks like and you're always jealous, like, oh, my friend is looking good and I want to look good. And honestly, the thing about working out, I feel like the most important part is the feeling. Is the feeling good. Because you can look good all you want, but some people have body image issues, right? But it's the way you feel inside that makes you want to do it. And that is where your inspiration should come from, the way you feel. Because you realize when you do it, even if you don't look the way you want to look, you actually feel good about yourself. Wow. So for me, that's what inspires me. And then she inspires me, of course, because she's always going at it. And I'm like, I can't be left behind, no matter how.
My own inspiration is actually, fitness is a journey, right? There's never truly an ending point. You get to mile 2 and there's mile 3, 4, 5 and ahead. So it's come to the point that it has even become more psychological than physical. Yes, you're working and you're lifting weights, but it's more up here than what my body is doing. In the sense that if I don't do it, I feel like part of my routine is missing. Like if something has not happened that will make this day a better day. In essence, it kind of sets me up. You know how people talk about they meditate or they pray to set up their day.
Yeah, or even making up your bed.
Yes, yeah. It's like, okay, meditate, pray, work out, and then I can deal with whatever is happening that day. So it's becoming like a mental thing in the sense that, okay, it's who I am and it's who I've chosen to be. And for me to be able to deal with everything that comes at me that day or in life, I'm ready. I'm strong. I have cried. I've sweated throughout the workout. It's been painful, no doubt. Trust me, there are days when I'm crying and I don't want to do it, but I have set myself up and I am strong and I'm capable of facing whatever is coming to me at that day. It may suck, it may be painful, but I have done my work. I have gone into my furnace and I have built myself up in essence, if that makes sense, mentally and psychologically, so that I can face whatever is going to come at me that day. So that's how that inspiration has transformed. I mean, there's people that I admire, and I want to look like I said, I want my shoulders to be really buff, and I want to do my pull-ups with no pain or no assistance. But that's where it's come from. And just knowing that I want to be here for the long term, and I want my children to know that it's a lifestyle. Like at this age now, they know that it's important and they need to do it. And you start to see how your behavior is affecting generations to come, right? Whether you believe it or not, subconsciously, Liam, who is 3, says, "Oh yeah, I want exercise."
Zoe's they join. Zoe,
they join. Yeah,
and believe it or not, my sister's son, not to cut you short, the other day I was working out and I was doing my own personal workout here and I wasn't watching any video, and he was sitting there on the couch and he's like, "Auntie Rita, put the TV." And I didn't understand why he wanted me to put the TV. Then I remember that my sister always listens to like inspiration when she's working out, right? But then I went to YouTube and I found this workout video that I was interested in doing. And this boy, he's 3 years old, and he kept looking at the TV and looking at me to make sure I was doing what the guy on TV was doing.
Oh, wow.
Yes, if I lay down, he'd say, "Auntie Rita, why are you laying down?" Auntie Rita, wake up. And he literally motivated me through doing a 20 minutes workout that I didn't plan to do, because he was constantly watching me and watching the TV to see that I was doing the right thing. And he wasn't willing to do it, but he sees the importance of working out. And once in a while, he will say, I want to work out. I want exercise. So it's like at his age, he knows that exercise is an important thing. And his sister knows that exercise is an important thing. And when you are not doing it, they're asking you, when are you going to exercise? Yes. So you can see how children process that information. And when they get to our age, they will not be going through what we are going through, trying to adjust, because it would have been like a daily routine for them.
Yeah, I like the fact that like you're talking about how what you do now affect the generations to come, and nobody will ever think fitness is even a priority or something you ever thought would affect us, or like how your mom and how you are doing it's affecting Zoe.
Yes.
It's really good to know that. That's like a new thing I know now.
You will be surprised at how much children process.
And they're picking up.
Yes, and I would be working out with her, and she'll be doing advance, and her daughter will be asking me, Auntie Rita, why are you not jumping? You're not jumping high enough. Like, I'm like, you can't even do the workout, but then you're pushing me through it. And that's inspirational when you see that whatever you're doing is affecting your children in that way. Like, I know that people's children are like, they are core inspiration, and a lot of people with children, when they start working out with their children, trust me, like they'll go to places that they never thought that they would go to, just because their children will inspire them to do more, knowing that tomorrow their children will follow those footsteps. So it's really nice.
Wow. That's so good to know. Most people get discouraged after a few exercises because, like, I want a flat tummy and it's not coming. Like, I've done this 1 week, 5 minutes video. Nothing has changed. I've only lost 1 pound. So when do you start getting like the result? When do you start seeing the results when you start working out? I guess everyone wants to know that.
I think truthfully, if you're being honest with yourself, it will take you at least 6 to 8 weeks to truly see results. You have to. And this is, 6 to 8 weeks. If you're hoping for results before that, I mean, let me take a step back. If you start a diet and you start... Sorry. So if you start a diet and you start watching what you're eating, you might lose weight. It's most likely going to be water weight, right? All that water is going to be flushed out. But to start seeing true tangible results, you need to give yourself at least 6 to 8 weeks of being consistent and being patient and realizing that it's not going to be a linear projection. You're going to have peaks and valleys, but if you're trending in the direction that you want to trend to, then you know that you're doing what is right. Also realizing that depending on your sex, as women, when our periods come, you suddenly have gained 10 pounds that you don't know where they came from. We all have that. So being conscious about the fact that, okay, when I'm about to have my period, maybe my appetite changes, maybe my eating habits changing. Just being aware already sets you up for things that you may not see coming. So you don't step on the scale and like, wait, what happened? Why did I gain 10 pounds? No, it's my period. This always happens at a certain time of the month. Okay, when my period is done, things will go back to being normal. Understanding that stress can impact you. Cortisol levels might go up and down depending on what is going on in your family. So really being aware of the factors that are affecting you, and then holding on to what you can control, and then being patient. I hate to sound like a broken record, but you have to truly be patient. And then you have to be honest with yourself. Did I really do my best today, right? And if I didn't, that's okay. But be honest with yourself and say, okay, I could have done maybe 1 more minute of workout. Oh, I could have made better choices today. That's fine. I'm honest with myself. I'm aware. Then I can get up tomorrow and at least try and make better choices. And really starting by 1 meal at a time. But 6 to 8 weeks is truly where you start seeing results. And then, but you have to be consistent. You have to be patient. You have to know that it's not going to be straight. You're going to take some step backs. You're going to fall. We all fall. But if you are committed, and if you know why, then you keep pushing through. And that's what life is about. Just pushing through. Whatever it is, keep pushing through. Keep falling and getting back up again.
Yeah, I have. So this happened. I started working out last year. I took a picture in June last year. And recently, I sort of collaged my last year picture with this year's picture. And I had this problem. The first person who commented said, "What has changed?" So the second person who commented said, "I'm happy for you, but I can't see the change." Like, so a lot of people were saying that they didn't see what had changed because I wasn't necessarily a big person, right? So if you look at the pictures closely, you will see that, oh, not a lot truly has changed in almost a year. Right, but then one thing you would have noticed is that, okay, my arms were becoming toner. My stomach was more defined than it was before. It wasn't a big visible change of like how you see somebody shrinking from, you know, A to B all of a sudden. So that shows you that even though I can't boast that I've been like extremely consistent with my workout routine, but it takes time for you to get to that place where you can actually visibly see a change. And sometimes the change is happening internally, right? Yeah. And as you keep going, then you begin to see it physically. So people just want the quick fix of like, oh yeah, I'm on a diet, and all of a sudden people are praising you because you are looking, you know, you have the figure 8 or whatever, your stomach is strong. But the thing is, how are you going to maintain that for the next 5 years, the next 10 years? And that is what people should get their mindset on, that I'm doing this for the long term. I'm not necessarily doing this so that in 5 months I can attend a wedding and wear this dress that will fit me and forget about what will happen afterwards, right? Because you keep going in cycles and nothing will change if you are not taking your time and saying, okay, I lost 1 pound in 1 month and it's okay. Let me just make sure that maybe this month I lose 2. Or I just keep going until I get to my ideal weight. And then there you have to now figure out, how do you maintain that ideal weight so that you're not going off and down.
I'll also add to say that sometimes the change may not be physical. It may truly be, I am smiling more. I truly feel happier in my skin. Sometimes I think that we're being too narrow-minded in the sense that I want the change to be on a scale or a dress size. We're looking only for a numerical change. And as women, we've been slapped by that, right? With that from the industry. The change has to be numerical, and that's great. But you have to find other ways to measure the change. Am I sleeping better? Do I feel happier? Do I truly feel from my core that I'm really enjoying life? That's the first thing. Sometimes, so the change there may not even be a change. Here's why. Depending on what your goal is, you may go through what is called a body recomposition. So maybe I weigh 80 kilograms. Initially, this is just numbers. 50% was fat, 50% was muscle. This is just random numbers. And after consistency, I may still end at 80 pounds or 80 kilograms. But if you look at me, I have more lean muscle than fat. I did not quote unquote change because the numbers didn't change, but I changed in the sense that my body composition changed. So we need to find a way to move away from just numbers per se, but saying, okay, yes, the number is great and it can go up and down, but how do I feel? How are my clothes fitting? How is my skin even? Like sometimes it may be I've changed how I'm eating and like my skin is clearer. How am I interacting with other people? So there are many ways to measure change. And yes, if you're looking for a physical thing, 6 to 8, but then find something else to measure the change. Find something else to really say, okay, what is changing? Is my skin better? Am I sleeping better? Am I happier? Do I look different? Maybe it was not a huge difference, but maybe I feel better. I feel happy. I feel good. So stepping away from all those different things that we hold on to as women, we all do it. That number has to go down today, and if it doesn't, I'm finished.
And I think of all these factors also make like people disbelieve what people are doing for them.
Yes.
If you come and contact us and say, oh, I want a personal trainer, and in 3 months you don't see a physical change that you are expecting to see, granted, you are responsible, right? For every decision you're making, you are responsible for your body and for yourself. But then people would usually say, oh, these people, they advertised wrongly, or they told me that I was going to look like this and I didn't, because we are not aware of all these other factors that change, and you realize that maybe your relationship with other people have improved. You just generally feel good telling your friend that I went to work out, and there's this excitement that you have in you that you didn't have before, and that was as a result of somebody getting you there. And we really ignore all these other things and focus only on the look, because that's what the society is expecting us to do and us to look like.
Yeah, like for me, like my workout with you guys on your health meals was mainly to help me like on my energy level, because anytime I get back from work, I'll just lie down and sleep.
Yes, and
I
just cry.
had stuff to do. I have a lot of things to do, so, and I'm always feeling tired and always feeling weak. So a friend was like, you should try exercising, and that would help me. And then anytime I do the 5 minute, 10 minute exercise, I'm able to stay up for another hour and 1 hour, and I'm able to sleep good. So it's very, like, I didn't realize like that was also part of it, but then getting to know this is like really happy about it.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good. I think we need to do a 5-minute program.
We might have to.
Yeah, we might have to do a 5-minute program.
Yeah.
5-10 minute program.
For sure.
Yeah, it was really good. I don't know who was following though, but for me it was good for me. I wasn't able to do it in the morning
Okay.
times, but then I'll come back from work and then watch like what you did.
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
That inspires us to listen to people out there that are busy, and I think that one thing we have to highlight about our workout is that a lot of people are out there, right? A lot of people are working on, a lot of people are training people, but we are busy. Like everybody else, we are busy. This is not what we do. We do full time, or this is not what we do for a living, right? So it's people realizing that no matter how busy they are, working out is not for the people who set them their minds to follow a career in sports and fitness. It is for all of us who are busy. We are all busy. We all have work to do, and sometimes we use business as an excuse not to work on other things about ourselves, like working out. And you would want to say that 30 minutes is such a long time, but to be honest, we waste time like doing other things that 30 minutes is just a very little time out of 24 hours that we make excuses for not doing it, whilst we could have done it because it wasn't that hard anyway, and it wasn't that long of a time anyways. But the mindset that working out, like the mindset already is not in the right. We are not in the right mindset to say that it's only 30 minutes of my day. It's really nothing. By the time I'm done, I can continue and do whatever else. So we are here for the busy people, for the people who say that they don't have the time to do it. They are too busy. They have kids. We have kids. They have families. We are a family. So that's one thing that I wanted to say, just so that people are aware that no matter how busy you are not more busy than we are, to be honest. Our schedules are taxed, but we find time to do it.
Yeah, so we usually have comparing ourselves to influencers, models, celebrities, and all that. Like, what advice would you give someone who wants to avoid this and have a better relationship? Like, how can you avoid this and have a better relationship with like your body? Because then you are always looking at, look at how this person is, like look at me, like I have this big you tell me like, how can I do this? You get discouraged. Social media is really insecure. So
yes,
like what can you do, especially with the fitness and like building, like how you were talking about building your body, like relationship with your body? What advice would you give someone on that?
So if anybody is struggling with that, let me first say that I empathize, because I've been there. I won't lie. And I can laugh today, but I struggled. I really struggled, because amongst all of us girls, I am the one who has the most muscle, right? I tend to have the broader shoulders, and for lack of a better word, the more muscular legs. That's just my genetics. And for literally almost 25 years of my life, I was battling, because I wanted to be small, because they're all small. I really wanted to be small, and I would do everything by all means to just be small. And I couldn't get there. And I'll go on these extreme diets and I would literally be killing myself because I could never sustain them. True story. And I empathize with you. And I know that it is hard. It took me understanding myself, and it's always going to be a process. Understanding my strength. My strength is that I have muscle. This is what God has given me. I just have to embrace it and use it and stand tall. And it can be, I say it simply, but it's a very long mental process of saying, okay, I am not Rita, or I'm not Elsa, our other sister, and I'll never be like her, right? So who am I? And what have I that is unique
to me?
Is unique to me. What is my true power? What is it that I can do that none of them can do? And there's so many things that I can do that none of them can do. And embracing and it's true, but embracing it, and we laugh today, but it took so much time, and I don't even have the time to talk about it today, which we may do a different day. There were moments of crying, of really like, why me? Why do I have all these problems? Why can I just not be as thin as you, as small as you? Because I don't feel beautiful, I don't feel pretty, I don't feel sexy. And everybody says that for me to be beautiful, sexy, and pretty, I need to be thin. But my shoulders will not let me do that. My legs will not let me do that. I can't accomplish it. So taking a step back and saying, this is who I am, this is my genetics. Okay, it's my power. How do I use this power?
Yeah.
How do I embrace it? How do I stand tall? And shutting your ears to everybody who tries to make you attack your own self, because the people who are going to make you attack your own self, and then finding your tribe or your circle, the people that know you, that say, hey, no, I don't believe that. Don't say that about yourself. You have beautiful shoulders. You have to believe it. Okay, you can do this, but I can't even do this, and I want to do it. If I had the ability, I would like to do something like that. So finding your own tribe, and then really being convicted and confident in who God made you to be, really anchoring yourself there. And then as you spend time with yourself, you discover more about yourself that is beautiful and is strong, and then you stand proud and you stand tall. So I empathize, and I know that it is a hard journey, but you have to get there. If not, you're going to be living in people's shadows. And God did not create you to live in someone else's shadow. He created you because he needed you. And so own it, and then fly with it, stand with it, for sure. Yeah.
I think I like myself too much to to want to be somebody on social media. I'm just crazy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I have never really taken social media personal. I mean, you see people's pictures and you admire it, right? And we're all different. Different things influence the way we think. I'm just that one person who is maybe like odd. Like, so I see somebody, I'm like, oh yeah, she looks nice. Let's move on. Life goes on. Like, why am I spending time on this person's this thing? This person might be looking good, right? But like she said, find what you are good at. What is it that you are good at that other people are not good at? That is what is going to save your life. Because at the end of the day, you can do whatever everybody is doing, but God didn't make you to not stand out. You are supposed to stand out on your own self. I think that I'll use one personal life example that, let me close this topic with this, because I went to uni to do nutrition and food science, right? And when I was done, I did apply for some master's programs, and I realized I didn't have the interest. I didn't have the desire. Like, I didn't feel good thinking about doing a master's program in what I had studied. And I really love to cook, and I really love to bake. And here I am today. I am in culinary school, and maybe my friends are looking at me like, she must be crazy. Like, everybody is doing masters, or everybody is doing PhD. But I chose to set myself apart and do what I feel passionate about doing and what makes me happy. And it's a very difficult thing to do as a person, especially when you don't have support and have a family that will support you and have friends that will encourage you. So if you're out there and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm seeing these people, this is how they look like, there's something about you that person would desire to have as well. And if you don't remember that, and you would live your life just trying to please everybody and trying to look like everybody. And to be honest with you, people only show you the part of their lives that they want to show you.
Yeah.
Never show you the background. Yeah. Somebody might have been crying in the morning, right? And goes out and takes this beautiful picture that I am drooling over and I am desiring to be like her. But I absolutely have no idea what their lives look like. And I think that one thing that always motivates me, and it's sad to say, is when I see maybe a friend die, or like somebody that I knew like in my life die, right? I say, if I was this person by now, I'll be dead though. Like, so it's like, so I tell myself that we all have different times in this life. And if you desire to be like somebody, the cross that the person is carrying, you will not be able to carry it. So that encourages me to keep carrying my own cross, because I'm like, wow, like I was admiring this person in high school, like now they are dead. Like if I was them by now, I would have been dead. Like that motivates me to just keep being myself and doing what I'm doing.
That's very true. Like I had a friend, like a dear friend, die, and I was like, oh, why am I sad? And that whole week, I was trying to be on diet. I was like, I've been there though. So I went out of the house, drove to the shop. I went to buy a big, large ice cream, and I sat here. I was crying and I was eating. I have to eat this ice cream before I die. So it's true. It's true. Sometimes you have to like do what you love, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I like culinary. Like I like fine dishes. I even watch a lot of food videos. Like,
oh yeah.
Like I watch most of the time. So yeah. And then you had this program. I just want you to say it online so like people will know about. Like people will come and watch later, so they'll know. Rita is in a competition. I've forgotten the name, but then.
Oh yeah. Competition. Yeah. So it's this competition that I found online, and it's literally people who believe in you saying that you're their favorite chef, to be honest. So it's like people voting for you because they believe in you. And I mean, not everybody has eaten your food, right? So nobody can really say, oh yeah, very well, except your few circle of friends and family that know that, oh, you are a great cook. And sometimes it's not even about what you have cooked, right? It's about where you're going in the future. And if you believe that, I am going to get to where I'm going tomorrow, or I'm going to make something good out of this, then just vote for me so that I can get to that place. And yeah, it comes with a nice fee as well. So yeah, I'm in this competition. The flyers, I posted the flyers out there for people to vote for me. Now we are at the top 15 level, and from there we'll go to the top 10, top 5 until there's a winner. So it's a long process of voting. And I was just truly trying my hands at it and saying, okay, let me go into this. But yeah, as it's getting further, I'm like, oh wait, people believe in me. People believe in what I'm doing. So it's been very encouraging and motivating to see that people are out there and they've literally like been supporting me in many ways that I didn't think.
Yeah, you never know who you are impacting around you. People are is watching. Like I never followed your health news. Like all this time you said, I didn't even know what they were doing. Like what are they doing? But then recently I took some few minutes. I sat down and I started watching like the videos, and I'm like, oh, this is what I always wanted. Then I started.
Yeah.
Though I'm not consistent, that one. I was
you'll get there. We'll get there by all means. Yes. And we are here to just uplift other women, right? And we are women and we understand what women go through and how we feel the hormonal changes and all of those things. So we are literally here to say that we are women, and all women out there are not like us, but together we can actually lift each other and support each other to attain that goal that we all have, no matter what that goal is.
For sure.
Yeah, because I watch other videos and like some of the things that they do are like, I feel is fake. You know how people put out this fake, like I feel the vibe there is like not positive for me, right?
Yeah.
That you look at and you're like, there are a lot of fitness videos on there, but some of them stick to one because of how it makes them feel, because of how their response towards it. So you may think, oh, who is going to believe in this? Who is going to watch it?
Yeah.
But really important too.
That's really powerful, because we've had people say, I just like you guys' energy, because like 1001 workout people out there, right? So it is just
Cherryl is saying, oh yeah, do it 1, 2 and then it's like, oh, take your time, be patient, and I like, yeah, that is what I always wanted. Yeah.
That's very encouraging. Yeah, that makes us feel like we're on the right track and we should keep doing what we're doing, because it can get difficult when people are not responsive and people are not saying if they are doing it or how they are feeling, because ultimately we're not coming on to work out for us. We could do that behind closed doors and nobody would ever know.
Yeah.
So it is mostly for people to be encouraged and to comment and tell us that, okay, maybe today I was not able to do it because you did this that I couldn't do, and we'll tweak it to fit you. Because that's the goal.
Oh, yeah, I know time. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, so what's the best advice on food temptation? Like usually we get to set back on like food temptations, and like what advice would you give on how to avoid that, like going back to your old life? And what would be your pick for like a breakfast, a lunch, a snack, not mainly and exactly like exact food, but maybe like a little bit of protein, carbohydrate, or maybe in your own view, and then pre and post workout, like choice of food during this moment.
Okay, so the first thing for temptations, it was simple and short. Don't buy it. If it's not around you, you're not going to eat it. There's this law by one of the authors of Precision Nutrition that states if a food is in your house or your possession, either you, someone you love, or someone you tolerate will eventually eat it, right? Simple. So if it's a temptation, don't buy it. However, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to treat myself on so and so day, and then I'm going to go out there and buy it. If you don't have the ability to manage yourself, and I think that in the beginning people struggle with just managing themselves. If it's around you, something's going to trigger you to eat it. Stress, your child, your spouse, your work. I mean, even you yourself, you trigger yourself to eat it. So
boyfriend,
your boyfriend, broken heart, some bill, somebody's going to make you want to find a way to comfort yourself, and you might tend to food, so don't buy it. In the question number 2 was breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, like some snacks.
So for me, I would answer the question by saying, for all 3 meals, try to have some vegetables, like a good heaping of vegetables. Breakfast, it can be, if you're making an omelet, say spinach, onions, mushrooms. Have some vegetables, then have some proteins. It can be eggs, it can be chicken, it could be whatever your choice is. This is all based on your preference, but the format is vegetables, some protein, and then some good source of carbohydrates. It could be a piece of Ezekiel bread, it could be sweet potatoes, it could be those are the 2 common things in our house. And rice, or rice, or, and I'm being honest, we don't do a lot of pasta, but it could be pasta or whatever your own carb is, but make it something that you love to eat and enjoy, but also make it less processed. And you can literally use that format for all 3 meals. And fruits. I mean, and your morning fruits are important. In terms of pre and post workout, unless you are a super athlete, keep it simple. Make sure you drink your water before. Eat some food before you work out. Not a lot that is going to prevent you from working out, but also enough that will fuel your workout. So you probably want maybe a larger portion of carbohydrates in that workout so you can actually do the workout. Some protein will be essential. Post-workout, you need to have some protein and some carbohydrates because you have exerted yourself. You have lost a lot of calories and a lot of water and electrolytes. So you definitely want to replenish as quickly as possible with protein, carbs, and then the big thing is hydration. If you've worked out excessively, you have lost water and electrolytes, and you have to find the balance between hydrating yourself. That would be my simple solution for you. I think a lot of us make it complex because we have a lot of information from out there about supplements and this. Start with the basics. Start with just regular whole foods, and then as you progress, depending on your goal, you can add the supplements if you want to. Plus, it's expensive adding the supplements if you don't need it.
And because our bodies are different, that is standard, right? You should definitely do that. But me, for example, I don't like to eat before working out. Like I don't care how hungry I am. If I get up in the morning and I want to work out, if I eat, I'm not going to work out. It will just not motivate me to work out. My belly would say go and sit down, go and rest. So I always want to work out first and then I eat after.
Okay.
So for maybe that format might not work for you,
Mhm.
right? Maybe when you eat, you feel lazy, you feel weak, and you feel like you would throw up if you work out and the food will come out. So another thing to do is if you are finding like if you are struggling with should you eat before your workout, do your workout as early as possible. If you do your workout at 6 a.m., by that time you don't even want to eat yet.
Mhm.
So it's when you finish that your body is now getting to the I am hungry level. Yeah. So as early as you can is going to be one of the best things that you can do for yourself.
Yeah. Or if it becomes a late, depending on our schedule,
Yeah.
it becomes late. Then,
Yeah, sometimes we do in the evening too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then eat something small.
Yes.
Depending,
Then work out.
then
Then
work
eat your
out.
dinner after.
Yeah, because
Yes.
again, if you're eating, then you're telling your body that I need to rest and digest,
Mhm.
right? That's what biologically and physiologically you're telling your body to do. So then you need to give yourself time to rest and digest before you go and exert yourself, because then you're telling your body now it's time to go. You're turning on a different system in terms of the CNS system. So it's just also understanding the biological aspect of it, and do what you can do when you can do it. Listen to your body.
Yeah.
Yes, and keep it simple.
Yes, and if you don't have any science background at all, just do what did you say? You said listen to your body. So it is listen to your body.
Yes.
If you don't have any scientific background to know that okay, my body biologically I digest foods this way, just listen to your body. If you are doing something that is not good for you, your body will respond tell you.
Yeah. For
sure. Okay, that's good. So I tried like someone beginning, just try something and see which one works for anyone who is watching.
Try something with reason, right? Mm-hmm. You have to try something with wisdom.
Yeah.
Don't just try anything randomly. Try it with wisdom and with some knowledge, and if you need a coach or somebody with wisdom. But but then at the end of the day, like she said, everybody's giving information about something that is yours. So you take that information and you incorporate it to suit you, if that makes sense. So yeah.
And I think our biggest problem too for a lot of people is the snacks, right?
Yes.
It's just the in-between meals snacks. And like she said, don't buy it if it's not good for you. Don't even have it in your house. Mm-hmm. And even if you want to think about healthy snacks, a protein bar or an energy bar or one of these things that you should turn to, and you can make your vegetables so friendly that they can become your snacks too. Yeah. You can just roast a carrot, and before you know it, it's so nice that you want to keep eating it all the time. Yeah. So snacking is something that people should pay attention to, because some people they have tried to get their foods or their main foods very healthy, but they are still snacking on the wrong things.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's me. That's me. Always snacking on something. So yeah, I think we are almost done. Oh my god. Is it me? Thanks to our audience who have been with us throughout this interview, and I know Rita and Cherryl have been a little bit off, but hopefully we could hear from them again, or maybe we'll get them back. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and hopefully that was almost the last aspect. The last question to get them to give us some advice on how we can keep up, like any word of wisdom to end this interview. But hopefully we get them back online. Let me see. I know that was... Yeah, it's been great.
We're back. We're back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool. Thank you. So we almost done though. Maybe the Instagram wants us to end. Hi, Christy. Thanks for joining us, and thanks to everyone who has been here with us throughout the interview. So my last question is, what's like the last word of wisdom do you have for us? You've said a lot today, and you may want to end with a word of wisdom or some motivation or something to keep us going.
Okay, I'll keep it simple. Listen to your body. You have to know your body. We're all different. Own that. Enjoy it. Be patient. Be consistent. And do not be afraid to invest in your own self. That could be in a form of a coach, a partner. This is the biggest investment. And if you're not here living at your best, then everything else that you do, everybody that surrounds you is going to fail. Yeah. That's
that
my
was the punchline.
that's my little yeah.
Yeah. Or you'll not be here as long as you want to be here. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think in summary, just be okay with who you are, and it takes time, and especially if for people who have insecurity issues, right? It takes time to get to a place where you love yourself and you absolutely cannot want to be somebody else. So try and learn about your body and learn about yourself and get to that place where you so love yourself that even if they gave you somebody else's body, you will not want to be there. And start small. Right.
Yeah.
Start small and be patient. Be patient. The biggest thing is be patient with yourself. Don't beat up yourself because today you did not work out, or last week you did not lose weight, or and then follow the right people. One important thing is, as a woman or as a human being, follow the right people. The people you hang around with determine who you are and who you would be. And if you are not following the right people, then you are listening to the wrong information. And that means that you are veering off the road and you are not going in the direction that even God wants you to go to. If you are around people who are discouraging and who are always talking down on you, those are not the right people for you. Find the people that you can be yourself with and not have to take on this image that you're not. Yes. Yeah. So be yourself, keep doing what you're doing, and believe in yourself, and enjoy it.
Make sure you have fun.
Yeah, make sure that you have fun and you laugh a lot,
Find a way to have fun with it.
Yes.
I think one thing that I do intermittently between workouts is to dance. I find a reason to dance to just about everything, and that's my thing. So find a way to make it fun, even though it may be
challenging. I can't dance, but I just kind of tease people out of their minds. Like when Cheryl is not happy, that's when my energy is at the highest, and I'm really had this energy like, oh yeah, I'm here. So for me, I have high energy. It doesn't go down. It goes down only when I'm sad, and everybody knows when I'm sad, I'm not talking. So if you can't dance, just have fun doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Find your own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so this your health news, they shared a lot with us. Like, you need to go, if you are just joining us, I'll save the video and then you can watch later. There's so much information on if you want to keep up with your fitness routine and balance it with your diet as well. So yeah, I've really learned a lot here, and I just realized that there are things that I always look out for, and I realized, oh, this is because I started doing this 5 minutes video. Yeah, so I've learned a lot from here. And if you want to get more of their videos, I think they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook, and I don't know if they have a website. That one.
We are on Instagram, and actually our website is about to be launched. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
wow. Yeah.
Everything
crossed.
Legs
crossed. Yeah.
So that website is coming, and it's going to be yourhealthnews.com.
Yeah. And also, like, if you could get, okay, maybe that one I'll tell you later on, so that we could maybe post an article on that on our website, because we do mainly blogs.
Okay.
We get like everything we've said here in an article, like how do
yeah,
that would be
that. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yes, we want women to come out and really say we're tired of being where we have been, and we really want a change, because a lot of us are going through stress, like life stresses. People don't like who they are. Like, it's time for us to really embrace who we are and invest in ourselves. So we're going to be here, God willing, for the long term.
Inshallah.
And be sexy at 50.
Yes, and be sexy at 50. That's the goal.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your weekend. I think the weekend is almost done. Like,
Yes, unfortunately.
It's almost done.
yeah,
No, but
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much
Thank you
for
for the
inviting
opportunity.
us, for the opportunity.
Yes.
We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So I think this is the last day for the Black History Month. So
Yes.
and out there who is celebrating. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. So
Thank
it's
you.
good to have a voice.
Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, the people who watched, thank you for watching, and those who watched after, thank you for joining.
Okay. And thanks to my audience also for being with us throughout this time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, where is this?